From clever kitchen hacks to garden gadgets and even fancy pen holders, these prints prove that your 3D printer isn't just for making baby Yodas. Let's be real, you'll probably still print those too. So, grab your filament, fire up your slicer, and let's check out some practical, satisfying, and borderline genius 3D prints you can make. The first print is perfect for all the tea lovers out there. A tea bag dispenser that's clever and it's convenient. You don't need any glue or extra hardware to assemble it. Just print the parts, snap them together, and you're ready for tea party. The side panels can be printed separately, so you can mix and match colors to make it look extra fancy, or just so you can remember which tea is which when you are half awake. Design-wise, it looks pretty sleek and modern, and it's practical. You can mount it with 2 screws. There are 2 screw holes ready to go, or you can use double-sided tape. Just make sure you pick tape with strong adhesive, unless you like to someday find your tea bags all over the floor. That can be called the avalanche. Loading the dispenser is easy. Just lift the lid and drop your tea bags in. It holds quite many and makes grabbing your next cup super easy. You can place one tea bag on the top of the dispenser to proudly display what type of tea you are serving. Sometimes I want to leave the balcony door open, but apparently the door has other plans. It never wants to stay full open, and when the wind picks up, it turns into a slamming machine that sounds like I am trying to reenact a horror movie. For regular doors, you can use the usual wedge-style door stoppers, but those are meant for doors that won't hover a mile above the floor. Sure, you could print it the giant version on the same design, but you'll burn through a ton of filament just to stop your door from throwing tantrums. That's where this clever balcony door stopper comes in. I printed mine in PETG for extra durability, but PLA should work just fine too. It only takes about an hour to print and use less than 40 grams of filament, so you won't feel like you're extruding your whole spool just for one print. It's as simple, practical, and it even works when you want to keep window fully open for extra fresh air. Pen holders might seem simple, but they can make a big difference on your desk. And here's one that's perfect for petrol heads. It's designed to look like a Brembo brake caliper. But before I can show off this cool print, I actually need to assemble it. The best part is that different colored pieces can be printed separately, so even if you don't have a multicolor printer, you can still make it look awesome and save filament. You don't need to glue the parts together, it's an easy task unless you're me. I somehow managed to mess it up. Instead of Brembo, mine says Brembo. What the hell is that? I guess I got a little too creative with the assembly, maybe. I was trying to invent a whole new brand of brakes. Who knows, Brembo could be the next big thing in the automotive world. Tired of stopping eventually? Introducing Brembo brakes, because launch plans can wait, but stopping can't. Other brakes say they're strong, but Brembo brakes just are. Precision, power, slight overkill, that's Brembo. Stop harder than your ex coming back for their stuff? Brembo brakes, because sometimes you really need to stop. Anyway, I decided to fix it. And of course, the super glue dried faster than ever. But eventually got it right, and I didn't repeat the same mistake on the other side. And honestly, it looks super cool. You can use it to store your pens, pencils, and other bits and pieces. There's even a spot for your phone or tablet. I didn't include the phone stand part, so I can remove it whenever I want. It has plenty of room for all your stuff, looks great on the desk, and honestly makes a fantastic gift for any car enthusiast. Alright, let's move on to the next one. If you don't have 3D printer, but you need something to 3D print, just type in PCBWay.com and start ordering your stuff. There are many different types of 3D printing you can choose from, different materials. PCBWay also makes custom PCBs. They provide CNC milling service, sheet metal fabrication, and injection molding. PCBWay is celebrating their 11th anniversary with a huge sale. Be fast and get good deals before it ends on July 18th, 2025. Here's another print that came out extremely good, at least in my opinion. It's a stand for shades, sunglasses, or whatever you call them. This one printed without any issues at all. It's a multicolor design, so there's a bit assembly required. It's a multi-part design, so there's a bit of assembly required. I did have a little bit of hassle getting the stand part to fit nicely into the base slot, but with a bit of patience it worked. It uses 2 screws to hold it in place. True, honestly, it seems sturdy enough even without them. It also has 8 pegs with 3D printed threads. Threads can sometimes be tricky in 3D printing, but this worked really well. They threaded in super smoothly with almost no effort. For the base, I mostly printed it in silver glitter PLA, with a few layers in black glitter PLA, because of course I ran out filament before the end. Spool ends. For the stand part, I used leftover silk PLA spool ends, and I joined them using the Sunloop filament connector. If you are interested, I actually did a review on it, okay, you can check it out. As for the design itself, I really like it. The honeycomb pattern might be common, but it's popular for a reason. It looks great, uses less filament, and actually adds strength to the print. The silk filament colors made it look even nicer. It holds up 4 pairs of glasses, which will be plenty for 1 or 2 person, or if you are a true collector, just print as many you need. The next print is also for glasses. This time it's a case for glasses accessories with a magnetic lead. The lead is held in place by 4 magnets. I'm using the Moment super glue for them. It's not the absolute best, but it usually gets the job done and it's cheap, so I keep using it. One thing to watch out for, the magnet holes are pretty snug. Don't go overboard with the glue, or it will squeeze out everywhere and make a mess. Also be careful with the magnet rotation. Always double check which way you are installing them, because if you get it wrong, it's almost impossible to get them out without damaging the part. Another tip is to make sure you push the magnets all the way in, so they sit flush with the surface. You will need 2 magnets in the base and 2 in the lead. The whole point of the print is to make it easier to carry your glasses cleaning cloth, cleaner spray, and other small accessory with you. There's even an extra slot you can use for things like a silicone glasses band. The side of the case have cutouts that aren't just for style, they help your cleaning cloth dry better. Next up is the best bread bag clip V2. At least that's how it's advertised. Bread bags usually come with those little plastic clips, and somehow they're always disappearing. This 3D print is meant to solve the problem. It's super easy to use. Just twist your bread bag, press and out the clip, slide it on and release. It even has a built-in 3D printed spring mechanism. Pretty clever, of course. The big question is how long that printed spring will actually last, but for now it works really well. I also found a few more really useful clips you can 3D print. Sometimes I can't finish the whole bag of chips in one go. Hard to believe, I know, but it happens. Leaving the bag open means they will go stale and lose their crunch. Sure, you can use a clothespin if you have any laying around, but if you don't, you have to buy a whole bag just to use a couple. Not exactly the best deal. But if you have a 3D printer, you can just make your own. Here's one design I tried, though I did run into a printing problem with it. Part of the print came out messed up. At first I thought it was beta days issue, but it wasn't. When slide the model in Bambu Studio, it actually gave me a warning about problem that not all slicers will catch. If you look at the first layer, you can see part of the model is missing. The easiest fix I found was to go into the slicer, prepare mode, select the model and move it one layer down. That got rid of the warning and the first layer printed fine. But even with the fix, the clip seems to stretch a bit too easily. So I found better design that holds the bag really tightly. And there's also this fun fish shaped one you can try. The best part is the clips don't use much filament at all. So they are a great way to use up your leftover spool ends. They are all print in place models too, which makes them super convenient to make. Maybe you should use them all at once. This video is going to be too long for one video, so I will cut it into two parts. That's the end of the first part. Second coming soon. Thanks for watching.